really emotional for me, this journey, because I've been on the other side. The hurting, the scared, can't sleep, gaining weight like crazy, everything. And nothing seemed to work. And the more I learned, the more confusing it got for me. And then that was frustrating. I also had medical PTSD. And I am symptom free of all of it. HEDS, cancer, all of it. Okay? HEDS isn't even supposed to be curable. Like, that's not even supposed to be a thing. Arthritis from a HEDS, hormone imbalance, the hot flashes from hell, like made you feel like you were in hell. Can't sleep, nervous wreck. It kicked in my PTSD even more. All of it. PTSD, arthritis, all of it. Nothing. There is a tongue analysis you can do through Ayurveda, and I had my own practitioner, which was also my teacher. And he did analysis on my tongue. And he told me that my tongue was now better looking than his. Wasn't showing nothing. Like, he said he couldn't, he said he would have to like totally nitpick to try to find something that would be totally ridiculous about it. He said, I have to be honest with you. There's nothing there. It looks great. No Canadian yeast. Nothing. Maybe I'll do a video, one day with y'all showing you what tongue. I'm going to stick my tongue out here at y'all right now. But maybe, coffee chat. We could do that in coffee chat. That'd be a good thing to do in coffee chat. Tongue analysis. We'll do that. Okay? So, I feel it. I feel when I see people where I was and knowing the journey that they're on and the suffering that they're doing. And I just want to hold their hand and help them get to the other side. And I believe we can. Okay? You got to learn your body to start with. If you don't even know how to interact with your body or what your body is trying to tell you, you're not going to get nowhere. You can throw things at it all day long and hope something sticks, but is that really what you want to keep doing? I mean, where are you going to be if you don't change what you're doing? Where are you going to be 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now? Versus if you started making changes, where could you be? Just something to think about. That's pretty much why I created everything I have. So, and everything I'm doing. If you like my videos, please leave comments. Tell me what you'd like to have more questions about. So I can make videos based on what y'all need to know. I don't want to sit here and like teach and throw things at y'all and all that. I really want to meet you where you're at. It's very important for me to do that. And the only way I can do that is if you leave messages and let me know. You interact. Take your decoder. Interact with me in there. Okay? Get on coffee chats with me. Alright? There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I have, but that's the main places you need to be. That's where you need to be. Leave a comment. Hit like. Share if you know somebody that might benefit from what I'm saying, what I'm having to share. And pretty much I'm just taking you on my journey. I'm telling you what I did. Okay? Telling you the course that I took. Again, I'm not a doctor. Don't play one on YouTube. Alright? I'm going to say that over and over again. But I am sharing with you my journey and what I did. Because I know where you're at. I know where you're at. And I just want to be there and show you what I did, my journey, okay? I'll just put it that way. Anyways, I'm going to have to get off because my phone already tried to kick me off once already because of storage. I guess that's pretty much all I have to say today. Just leave a comment. Let me know something. Y'all have a blessed day. Y'all, sometimes our body isn't really screaming at us for eating less and doing more detox, and it might actually be screaming at you because it needs more food. Well, maybe not necessarily more food. In some cases, yes, but actually the right kind of food. So let me explain to you what I'm talking about. Our foods, I don't think it's too much of a secret, but for the ones that don't know, because there are people that don't know, our foods are totally depleted of minerals. When you buy them at the store, they're GMO, they're doused with chemicals, and the soil is just depleted. It's just depleted. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to get the nutrients with what I'm talking about, like it used to be, but this is about as close as it can get. All right, so when we are eating our meats, or red meats, I thought that cut out red meats, do this and do that. And it wasn't until that I started actually incorporating more red meat, not just more red meat, but a type of red meat more into my meals. And that's when I started seeing the biggest difference in inflammation, fatigue, weight loss. That's when things started changing for me. So what I'm talking about is our red meat, right? Obviously. But what about it? Why is it such a big deal? Well, here's the thing. The meat, our cows are raised in a horrible way. We know that. And the best way for us to get closest to the way that we're supposed to be eating, of course, is to grow it, raise it yourselves. We can't all do that. Like right now, I can't do that. I am in my RV and a transition from one land homesteading to trying to find my hearthland. Okay? And start our homesteading again. But I'm going to have, this time I'm going to add sheep. But it's going to be a little ways off. And that is the primary meat we're going to eat. Well, right now, that's really hard to find. Especially it's just hard to find sheep, okay? Alright, or lamb. I should say lamb. Alright, so what I do right now in the meantime, I can only do the best with every situation that I'm in. And really, that's all we can do. That's all anybody can do. Alright, so you might not be able to eat all organic, and you might not be able to change all your meats to quality meats, but the ones that you can, do. Okay? Now, for me, my chickens, even though they're not raised the healthiest, most of the time they're not allowed to add hormones. And I know everybody's going to come on me about this one, but if you just read the packages, you'll see. Okay? And you do some research and you'll see that's just something they're not really supposed to be adding to our chicken. So read the package for the ones that says less hormone. And, or no hormones. That's the ones I get. And I stagger how I buy food, especially now with food being so crazy, okay? I do a little bit more work. I'm a little more strategic, in what I'm doing and how I buy my groceries so I can continue eating at my best of that I can in the situation right now as it is. It's like I can't be growing all my food right now, although I have started my garden, and I'll show you that. I started in containers. My hope is that by the time they're ready to go in the ground, that we'll have land to put them in the ground. If not, then I'll figure it out in containers. However, okay, so my point is this. Red meat, okay? When I started adding more, I used to be totally against red meat, totally against pork. I really don't eat much pork still to this day, but unless I can find organic pork. But I wouldn't eat red meat either, okay? And my body was yelling at me. It was yelling at me through symptoms like fatigue, body aches, weight gain, especially when you go through hormone changes, okay? Now, what I look for, though, is grass-fed red meat. Well, let me tell you a little secret about this, okay? It's not just any grass-fed red meat. You need to have where it says 100% grass-fed from beginning to end. Because they're sneaky about this, okay? They're sneaky about it. They'll say grass-fed, but that does not mean that they're grass-fed from the beginning to end. In fact, what it is they start out grass-fed and they'll finish with grains. Be aware of that. So, like this right here. Let's see if I can find it on this one. I ain't got my glasses. Let me put my glasses on, y'all. Okay. Well, I don't know if showing the label's a good idea. Well, let me see if I can get this up here for you. Can you see 100% grass-fed? Okay? Beginning to the end. Sourced from, this one's Australia. Ooh, okay. No antibiotics, no added grass hormones, and I tell you what, I think I'd rather meat from out of state than in state anyways. I'm just saying. Okay. Alright, so I used to think my body was just exhausted, but the truth was it was actually screaming for more nourishment. And with that, I started asking questions. What if my body isn't wanting me to eliminate these things and actually needing these things, but in a different way with a different source, different type? And what if it's actually depleted because I'm being too strict? Okay. So I started looking into quality, and I started doing more research on that. And I'm telling you, it made a huge, huge difference with incorporating. They're being fed when they're grass fed from the beginning, and they're being fed their most natural way. Okay. So they're getting organic. You want organic too, because you don't want them grass fed on land that has been sprayed with pesticides. So all these are to look for. And so they're eating the most natural way they can. Now there's something to argue with, that our soil still don't have a lot of minerals, and this is true. But if you go from, if you're taking it from eating red meat that is just all cows that are just all fed grain and eat that, versus trying to find a better quality that is sourced from all grass fed, all right, you're still getting a better quality. I'm just saying. I could hear the arguments in my head because I've heard them all. Right up to the one, the one, we're all going to die anyways. That one, look, I have a thing about that too. Yeah, are y'all going to die? Granted, yeah, we can get hit by a car, but why aren't we living the best quality of life while we're here? Why live it full of disease and hurt and while you're here? Okay? So, that's what I'm cooking tonight, because I wanted to share this with you. This is what I'm cooking tonight. It's just a simple meal because hubby's gone. And I'm just making some hamburger steak patties and some Brussels sprouts with some blue cheese. And I just cook it in a way that I'm putting nutrition. Like, I don't fry my hamburger meat. I don't boil my vegetables. And I do get oils in, but I don't cook in my oils. I drizzle them on afterwards. And the right type of oils for your body need and your symptoms. Now, how much red meat do you need? Well, what kind of oils do you need? How much of the meats do you need to eat? Well, listen, I'm not a nutrition, okay? Not a doctor. Don't play one on YouTube. All right. But I am a holistic practitioner, yoga psychologist, herbologist, and Ayurveda background. So based on Ayurveda background, all right, I created a quiz. And y'all have heard me talk about this before. I know you have. It's a body decoder quiz. It is free, and don't even ask for your card. All right. So I wanted to make sure that people didn't feel like they were getting duped into something. This is what I created to help me stay organized, and it was my way of interacting back and forth and like keeping things in front of me of what I needed instead of me always having to go back to the drawing board and think about it again. And that was taking too much time. So I simplified this, but I made it available for the public for free. So you just go to it and you answer the questions, and it will tell you everything based on your questions and based on Ayurveda background, what your body needs. Now, what is this Ayurveda? Well, look, Ayurveda is a 5,000-year-old system, all right, medical system, holistic medical system, and proven system. And it's all based on your body type, eating by seasons, time of day of eating. Now, I have simplified all of it because I'm not here to, unless you want to go take my course on Ayurveda, I'm not here to teach you Ayurveda. I'm trying to teach you about your body. So, the language I used on there is elemental, about your elements. Something I felt like people could easily identify with without me having to explain and do a whole teaching on it. So, it's Ayurveda background, and it uses the elements of the doshas in Ayurveda. Okay, do you see why I'm doing the elements? Okay, so it works with, it identifies the elements, your imbalanced elements in your body, and it tells you, according to Ayurveda, what is best for your system. Everything you do in my system, every input, every feedback, when I communicate with you, it will always be based on your body type. It's not about Mary's and Sue's body type. Like, for instance, I have a kitchen apothecary starter kit, right? And when you go in there, you can just do the generic apothecary kitchen, all right, starter. However, if you use your email, if you take the quiz first and use your email and your name in there, my system takes and knows who you are, sees your quiz, and it'll base the apothecary starter kit on your results. Pretty cool, huh? All right. So, and also for the record, everything is originally generated based on your quiz, so you can get response and results faster. However, when you can email me from the email that's sent out to you, because when you take the quiz, it'll go straight to your email and then to your portal. I created your own personal portal, and what this is for, you need to understand, you need to come back to your portal, because everybody who submits a quiz, they get their first results in their portal and send to them an email. But the next email is because I go over everybody's results personally. All right? And I will send you a second set based on your results and Ayurveda perspective. So I do that personally. Then, and once you're in your portal, by the way, you can actually message me inside the portal, and it'll come to me in my back office, and I'll respond back to you. The first message you get in there is a welcome, and it's AI generated to you, okay? But when you go in there and you talk to me, I'm responding back to you. I've figured out a way that I feel like I can implement generating an AI and still keep things personal and get things to you faster. Oh, what happened? I'm looking right. I don't know what happened. Are you okay? That's my jazzer. You'll see them in videos. Right now they're put up because they were out and they're all muddy. What happened? She didn't do anything. I don't know what I'm doing. I was just laying there and just start hollering. All right, so it'll shoot you everything first, and then based on your results, then you start communicating with me. How do you start communicating with me? Well, message me. You want to communicate with me? Message me. It's right there in your portal. All right. Your email will include your link to get back to your portal, your first round of results that you've seen, and then your second email will be from me, and I'll remind you in your email, and I'll shoot it over to your portal. So go back to your portal and check your portal. I'm trying to make this as crystal clear as I can for you. It's super simple. Take your quiz. Opt in on anything you want to opt in that I'm offering for free. Everything you opt in will be based on your, not everything that I have, by the way, is always available. So you want to come back and check on that. So whatever is available when you take your quiz that I have available for you, opt in on it. And everything you do will be based on your results, not anybody else's. Okay? You want to interact with me personally? Message me. You message me, I'll message you back. Okay? Best way to get a hold of me, message me, is in the portal through the direct messaging. You can email me, but I don't check them as often. I check my portal, the portal in my back office messages every single day. So, simple. Take your quiz, which is in the description and in the comments. Can't miss it. Take your quiz. Opt in on whatever's available for you to opt in on at the time. It'll all be about you. Message me in the portal. Come back to your portal because your second sets from me looking at them will be sent there. Simple, easy peasy. Just remember, keep coming back to your portal, okay? You'll get an email that they'll direct you back to the portal. You'll get the link. Go back. Log in. Read. Message me if you have any questions or you just want to talk. Okay? Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Now, I want to share something with you. All right, my teas. We all know that I have my own teas, and I have teas on my site for sale. We all know this about me. What is wrong? I'm going to have to probably cut this short and check on him. I mean, he's just laying there. Oh, but he's fine now. I don't know. I'm going to have to check on him. All right, so we all know that I like my teas. Now, being in an RV, I've been struggling with how to make our teas. One of my husband's tea, because his tea is different than mine. Because, you know, like, whatever he needs at the time is what his teas are made out of. It's like sweet tea. It tastes like sweet tea, like he's drinking sweet tea. My husband is just, he's a big kid. I have to definitely work with him on getting him healthy, like being able to do healthy things. He's like, it's like you're giving him turpentine with honey or something. He's always like, all right. But he said as long as he doesn't know what he's eating or drinking, he likes it. So he said, just don't tell me. So just don't tell him. Okay. So, but I thought I found the perfect thing for our teas to separate it. I have a small refrigerator in here and a small refrigerator outside, which the refrigerator in here comes with the RV. Then we bought a small refrigerator outside because I needed more space. I put all my vegetables, fresh vegetables out there, and the freezer out there works. This thing, Lord have mercy, it just keeps freezing up, and it's like one big block of ice in it, and I'm just so tired of fooling with it. And I don't know how you going to defrost the freezer in a camper and not make a huge freaking mess. So anyways, sorry, I got scrolled, y'all. Anyways, so it's like, I've been keeping my teas, his tea and my tea, in these separate big huge mason jars like this, but they're super concentrated. Like if I just mix them where they're not concentrated, like remember, we're drinking them like sweet tea, right? So if I mix them in here, like the ratios to where they wasn't concentrated, we go to them too fast, right? So that's been a big struggle. So he has his and I have mine. And like, that's been a really big struggle for me to figure out how to do this. Well, I ran across this today. I'm going to share this with y'all because now I'm upset. And I just want to share this with y'all because I'm disappointed. I seen this today at the store and I thought, this was it. This is it. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there has used this before and can look at it and say, no, you're putting it together wrong. This is perfect. But nobody can explain the lid part to me. All right. So I thought I needed something squatty or I needed something bigger, but it can't be too tall to be in there. Okay. So I seen this and I was like, this is perfect because they're squatty like this, but they're round and I can make our actual tea in them, right? I'm thinking. Anyway, so I mean, that's going to hold a lot more tea, like the right ratio to drink the sweet teas, his sweet tea and my sweet tea. Or whatever I'm doing with him that week or whatever, a couple days, and what I'm doing with me. All right, so, look, I mean, this is great. These are just a little spouts. Okay, great. That's going to fit right down up underneath the shelf, right? Even out there. Like I was thinking I could put one in here and one out there. Yay! All right, now this lid. Okay, that's the lid. There's a couple problems with this. And maybe somebody out here, I don't know, is using this and can tell me I'm doing something wrong. The lid, though, factor is... I'm going to let you see. Okay, now this is how it sits on the stand, right? Double. See how it's doubled? It's 2 pictures. Well, I wasn't really worried about the stand, but I figured that would be kind of cool when we're eating and stuff. Like, I have guests over and stuff that I can take and set this out and put the teas here. And that'd be really great on the counter. Put some ice on it. So I thought, well, the stand is cool. All right, well, I need to show you this. All right, so remember, here's what comes in the package. Ask y'all what y'all think is my problem here. Okay. So what comes in the package? 2 containers, a lid. That crazy thing shut off somewhere. I don't even know where it shut off at. I hate when it does that. Alright, technical issues. So basically, just get in there and take the quiz. So I don't know if I'll look and see if I said this, but I didn't want to say it again. Sometimes about your healing sometimes it doesn't look like so much as can't have this and can't have that as it does better quality of whatever, this or that. All right. I encourage you to go through your kitchen, read labels, and start replacing things a little at a time for better quality. And if you can grow it, grow it. I'm doing mine in baskets and containers, y'all. I've got videos sharing that, and the more they grow, the more I'll share with that. Only so much I can share until they start growing. I mean, I can walk you out there to look at the dirt all day long, but I have how I started them now. I started with a really cool system, and I did a video on that. Go check out that video. I have videos showing us. We're going to look at land, picking out land for you to go on a journey with us, and just go look at all the videos. Go check out all my videos. Go on our journey with us to find our Hearthstone homestead. And a whole journey of starting it up. This isn't me coming to you and preaching at you on what to do. I want to bring you on a journey. And it's really hard for me to talk about this because I get so emotional. I went through so much hell with my health and being scared and not knowing what to do. And the more I learned, the more I got confused. And that was really frustrating. And I'm on the other side. I'm symptom free. All my hormones are balanced. Started losing weight really easy. Like, it's just coming off. I still got a few more pounds I want to lose. But I gained weight like crazy. Like, everything I was doing before stopped working. Just stopped working, and I just started gaining weight. That weight's coming